There's only one bottom line on Wall Street, and that bottom line is how much money you make.
Whatever your background was, it's can you make money, can you contribute to profitable ideas?
It's like being in a foxhole all day long with your enemies. I've seen many people come close to blows over a transaction.
Greed is ugly. Make as much money as you can so that you can get out of there before it turns you to the dark side.
You want me to buy it on a straight plastic or a zero plastic? It's a public offer, it's not me. Okay? So stop pulling my chain.
If you weren't around, who would I make fun of?
Well,
I need you.
you need me.
Hey,
You think it's easy to make money in this business?
there is no limit for you, huh?
What do you need?
90 bid, 10,000.
Sold.
What am I taking?
BK.
How you spell that?
You're a very funny guy.
I try my best.
I think Wall Street gets a bad name. I think people think that it's a bunch of stuffed shirts with master's degrees in finance and MBAs from Wharton and Harvard, and forget about it. I mean, there are real people down here with real emotions and real passion.
Floor traders, basically, they usually have some kind of headpiece on, like I do. So the earpiece is just to communicate with my booth to let them know what I'm doing or what I should be doing. That's the mind behind the puppet. That's the one that's pulling my strings, basically. Those are mostly option booths right there. All the way at the top in the middle, that's an equity firm. And then South Balcony, that one is an equity and option firm. It does both. When they call me with my orders, they tell me what I'm getting, comes through my handheld, electronic device that I have, and I run around executing orders. Sometimes I have to leave them with the specialists who watch it for me because I have so many that I have to do. Timmy, SEA, can I check it again, please?
SEA, yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Got 2,000 to buy. I got another 2,000 to buy here, and sell 1,561 Apex.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Party on.
Most people don't understand what I do. Most people don't understand what a hedge fund is. I mean, when I lived down in Florida, I said I run a hedge fund. They thought I was in landscaping. You know, that's not even a joke. Traders, we're trying to figure out the future. I mean, this is the last undiscovered mystery on Earth. Traders are no better than 100 years ago. You know, I mean, we're still guessing where the market is going to be. Yeah, we have technical analysis. We have all these tools to try and figure out what's going on, but we don't know. It's the great race to try and figure out the unknown. That's what it's about. Today, my mom is coming over in a little bit to say hello and clean and replenish my water supplies. She's kind of my personal slave.
May I come in?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Timmy. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
Hello.
I come here once every 2 or 3 weeks to clean his room and to do his bathroom. And it gives me a chance to see him. He's still my baby. Can't help it. My only child.
There you go.
So I just come in. I just feel needed. I do my mommy thing. See, I make Timmy's bed, and at home my husband makes our bed. And I have my own cleaning lady, but somehow or another I became Timmy's cleaning lady.
She cleans the apartment. She brings me food, water, does my laundry. My other roommate cooks for me. My mom's not that good of a cook.
Well, today it took me 2.5 hours to get here. Some of my friends laugh at me. They can't believe that I go through this, but I enjoy it. You know, I don't really care what my friends think. I feel good that he has a clean bed in a clean bathroom. I don't have to worry about him for a few weeks, because mothers always worry about their sons.
Oh, did he? All right, that explains something. That's interesting. I didn't have any clue of that. So look,
What we do is analyze companies
that sounds pretty bad for those guys.
where public valuation is inefficient. You can go in there and find an opportunity to sell something that's overvalued or buy something that's undervalued.
30 was when it was
The valuation of any company is best when it reflects the truth. If all you have is the company implying that things are great and things are growing, its stock is going to have a much higher valuation.
I was out at the company. They said that they got the more
Short sellers, they're a reality check sometimes to almost an exclusively bullish presentation by whether it be the companies themselves or the fee-hungry Wall Street analysts that promote them. So it's good to have some balance to that.
One of the companies we are following is a very expensive designer jean manufacturer. $250 jeans. Why anybody buys those, I don't know, but they do. People do buy them. So this company, we think, has an inventory problem, but they're not acknowledging it to anybody. These jeans, a couple of years ago, were the hot jeans. And so they gave specific stores exclusive right to sell the jeans in a certain area. So we're going to go up to the Bronx. We're going to go to a kind of a retail alley. And the reason for that is one of the ways to check whether they're overstocked is to look and see if some of the B and C stores are showing up with product.
You're the person that we want out there. You know the difference between a good product and a bad product, and you're going to bring them in and get them right where you want them to be. That's your strength. And some of the guys that you've shown in so far have incredible potential. We want a guy that's young, aggressive, hungry, smart, and that hasn't lived through some of the market cycles that people over 30 have lived through.
Why do you think that's important?
Because they don't have any prejudices. We'd like to talk to anybody that feels they have a distinct edge in any kind of a market, whatever they base it on. Whether they base it on migratory routes of elephants that a legendary trader who's attracted legendary investors developed a program on.
Say that again. What did he do?
He developed a trading program based on migratory routes of elephants in Africa.
What does that have to do with anything?
Believe it or not, there's a pattern behind how they do what they do and where they go. And he found stocks that tend to follow that pattern. If he decides if the elephant goes too far to the right and it needs to come back to the left, he'll buy or sell a stock based on those patterns. Absolutely. It's true, it's incredible.
I thought you were kidding.
What it is market's trend. If you could identify that trend and stay with that trend until that trend changes, you could make an awful lot of money.
I need a drink.
Timoteo, what the hell are these handcuffs doing here?
You shut up, I am losing money. I won them at Dave & Buster's. Go away.
Oh.
Leave me alone. I'm down $5 grand.
Okay with the RS? Hey, Artie. You're on top of that ERS of the Midwest? There's a whole different language that's spoken on a trading floor. And everyone knows the language.
Okay. Homie, what's here? Don't lie to me.
Small and 91. What do you need to do? 2,500 shares.
I'm a buyer. 90 top. 10 grand. I own it there. 90
So mine is tick. Offered at 1. There are correct ways to bid for a stock. There's correct ways to offer or sell a stock. And if you don't do it the right way, the person's not going to know what you're talking about. Can't sell it at 90 here.
All right, I'll buy the stock away at 90.
All right.
And then I'll pay 91 for 7,000.
Sold.
What do I take?
3,090 is ATS. 91 stocks BK.
How do you spell that?
You know, it was old the 30th time you said it, okay?
It's still funny.
Yeah, you can drop it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love it.
The Gecko. It's a blue shirt with a white collar, as popularized by Michael Douglas's character Gordon Gekko in the movie Wall Street. They go in and out of style, but everybody's got one in the back of their closet. As in, hey man, you gonna wear your gecko?
We want you to be out there, get in sync with the investment community, and you are. You want to get that rhythm, you're nailing that rhythm, and you're going to bring us some of the biggest investors and some of the biggest managers on the planet. Because they're attracted to you naturally, and after the initial attraction, you have the follow-through, so it just gets done. Everybody's going to listen to you, so it's your platform, and you can do anything that you want to do. And the good thing about you is you don't take advantage of it. You don't know it is the good thing.
No, I don't.
So, I mean, that's a great thing. That's a gift. Forgetting about business, your biggest challenge is going to be to fend off the wedding proposals.
Wall Street is paying a high valuation for the stock because it believes that this is a great company that's not just hit it big in last year's denim craze, but is going to have a long growth story. If in fact they do have an inventory problem and they're going to struggle to meet sales and earnings expectations in the future, so there's money to be made in covering the short, buy low, sell high, but just in reverse order. Right there, right in the window. Jeans of the make that we're looking at. Front and center right in the window. So, I'm going to go check another store.
Yeah, they got them.
These guys are moving product through channels that they initially didn't intend to. The only conclusion I can come up with is because they have excess product and they're trying to get it out the door so they can book it as revenues and earnings. This is supposed to be an exclusive, highly demanded brand that has cachet. They must have had several hundred jeans in there. And that's just what's on display. Jeans and fashion are fads, and so the market shouldn't pay massive multiples for today's hip jean company. This was just a little piece of the puzzle that says the world is flooded with these $300 jeans, and we just saw, one example of that.
Well, I work out of my apartment because I'm a cheap Jew. I can say that I am Jewish. People say, get an office and we'll give you money. And I say, no, give me money and then I'll get an office. Make it worth my while. I mean, this is a tax deduction.
Timmy never ceases to amaze me, okay? And he's always been like this. I think he received about 12 or 13,000 from his bar mitzvah. I don't remember the exact amount, but I know he turned it into 900,000, maybe $1 million. I have complete confidence in Timmy. Not just because I'm his mother, and I'm not just saying that because I'm his mother. I'm not just saying that because I'm his mother. I don't think you'll ever lose money.
All right, I believe you. You don't think I'll ever lose money?
Well, you're going to lose money, but you're also, I mean, everyone loses money at some point in their life, but you're never going...
But you're not saying this just because you're my mother.
No. Shut up.
You gonna hit me? You gonna hit me on camera? Bring back my childhood?
Oh, right. I was an abusive mother.
I'm glad you can finally admit it. Thank you. Abused child. Now let's laugh about it. You can't see the scars. They're buried in my heart, you bitch.
He's got a great sense of humor, okay? He's always made people laugh. But Timmy's highly intelligent. I feel very grateful that at a young age he found what he wanted to do. He has his identity, he knows what he's doing and he loves what he does. Okay, Timmy, I'm leaving.
All right, one sec. I'm in the middle of the trade.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sweetie. Love you.
Yeah, love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Today I'm going to meet with a hedge fund manager who was recommended to me by a friend. His name is Kevin Casey, and he runs a hedge fund that focuses primarily on value investments. He has had a great track record, but is still relatively small, and he would like to grow. Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit more about your background?
In the summer of '02 is when I quit the job I was at. I thought stocks were cheap enough and started a hedge fund. Had a mortgage the apartment. There were 1,000 stocks trading at 10p or less, and that was like the first time in 2 decades that they were that cheap. And
so you yourself took on a lot of risk to become an entrepreneur and start this venture?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And how much of your own money do you have invested in your fund?
Basically like 90% of my liquid net worth.
That's very good. That's a convincing argument for investors.
Every summer we usually try to hire a few, mostly it's college-level interns, people that have majored in finance are looking to get a little experience, add to the resume. Daniel's the son of one of our senior traders here. Asked if he can come in and get a flavor of what goes on here, what Dad does for a living. And, you know, he's been a good asset. He's a hard worker. He's learned a lot, I think, in the last few weeks, too. So we'll abuse him for the rest of the summer.
I'm learning from a girl over there. Her name is Liz. She teaches me all the tricks and trades of how to work the book.
Basically, I'm the only female on the post. I'm like everyone's mother.
She's the matron of the post.
Why work out?
What I do is, back here there are a bunch of files and papers that they spit out through their computers, and they come out through here, and we have to file them, ripping them off, but they come out like rapid fire, usually in the morning, in the late afternoon, right about now. They usually start coming out rapidly. Mr. Nunn here shows me how to read these charts here, and
Teaching them how to follow the market.
Yeah, I read these too. I figured them out too.
Is it harder or not as hard as you thought?
I work harder. No, yeah.
Stop chewing your nails.
I mean, if there's gold rush, and there's not really a lot of gold, you can still make a lot of money selling shovels.
Tonight we're going to the Bull and the Bear at the Waldorf Astoria. And we're going to meet up with some of my Wall Street friends, and we're going to talk trading and talk Wall Street and talk finance and have a good time. Most of my friends my age, they're not in an independent situation like me. One trades options, another one assists in trading currency, another one works for a real estate hedge fund. It's just all sorts of Wall Street type people.
At 24 years old, they hire young kids because we're cheap and we work harder than everybody else.
Exactly. We have to.
I don't have a wife and kids to go home to at 6 o'clock at night. I can stay in the office and work if I have to.
One of the few jobs where you have to stay up to date on things, otherwise you're out of the game.
And it's also competitive. That's another thing. That's what I like about it the best.
I like Wall Street because you can be against the grain and rebellious and make a lot of money if you do different things than other people do.
Your adrenaline gets flowing, you know, in the morning and it doesn't stop until the market closes. And
you look forward to going to work in the morning.
Yeah,
Unlike
so
right?
Exactly. I mean, you look forward. You're like today I'm going to go to work. I'm going to make a lot of money.
I bound out of bed when I know that maybe there's a $20 million loan closing that I originated. I mean, you can't complain. Life is good. Life is definitely good.
You know what? The bad days are better than the good days. The good days, you're worried about losing what you just made. The bad days, you're like, my stock got cheaper. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
Well, you also lose a little bit of emotion over time. You know, $50,000 update. I'd take 3 laps around the campus naked. You know, I'd be pumped up. Now, $50,000, it's a good day, but it's all right. It's not
just
great.
a day. It's not your year.
It's just a day.
It's not like
or $50,000 down. It's bad, but it's not a deal breaker. If I had $1 million up day or $1 million down day, then talk to me then.
Some of these stocks that may have some momentum, make a judgment call on where they seem to be going towards the end of the day.
Part of the service that a broker provides that a machine does not is information. So that's why some people prefer to use a broker. They get a feel for the marketplace, what's going on. Your partner said this morning we were splitting stock.
You want me to buy it on a straight plus stick or a 0 plus stick?
1,000 trades.
Okay, well then.
I don't know.
Ask the geniuses in the booth what would they like me to do. When there's a transaction that takes place, we don't whip a contract out of our pocket and sign it. We don't shake hands even. It's done on a verbal agreement. Last 18, I can't buy it on a straight plus. Sorry. Out of luck. Out of luck. Next.
This is my job having to put up
Next.
with
Yeah, your job is to stand here and find out a way for us to buy you lunch every day. That's your job.
You didn't buy lunch
In the middle of executing orders.
You didn't buy me lunch today.
They're all friendly. They're all nice to each other. They just bust each other's chops. That's all.
Ask me what they would like me to do.
And who's the 19 offer now?
It's 100 shares. I am not going to
$5
do
grand.
Oh, I'm showing stock behind it.
You ran the liquidity to the market.
That's my job. You got upset when there was a 1 lot there. Now you get upset when there's 5,000 shares there.
I'm not upset.
Come back to me and tell me what you care.
Answer the questions.
Come back to me and tell me what it is you want me to do. Ask the brain trust in the booth.
Get a real dealer over here.
Okay. All right. Well, in the meantime, you've done nothing.
instead of the imposter.
In the meantime, you've done nothing.
I'm just a pretty
Ask the brain trust in the booth what they want us to do.
Take me out of 20.
How about we take you out to dinner first?
If you work on Wall Street, it comes down to what you're all about. I would absolutely recommend it if you're the right personality. Good night, man. Nice job today.
3 days from now, I have a meeting with a fund of funds. I met with them 6 months ago. Never heard anything back from them. Thought I did horribly. They called me up the other day saying, we're still following you. We love your strategy. We love your fund. We're thinking about giving you $2.5 to $3 million. Come in on Monday. Talk to us. Let us know how's it going. Out of the blue. So all my work, you know, you don't think it's paying off. You don't think anyone's paying attention. Out of the blue, someone comes and you could just double the size of your fund.
Doesn't it feel like a lot of times as soon as you're about to give up, you make money,
Yes.
or you have a good
Yes.
opportunity?
It's like hooking up with girls. When you're not
It's
looking
very
for
true.
it, it just happens.
There's a common statement known as you money, where the extent that you can say, you know, I eat you, I can walk into my boss's office and pee on his desk, and you know what? It doesn't matter because I have enough money to do whatever I want to do. Where do you guys define that?
The problem is like, you know, money could be at 10 million, but like then all of a sudden you're hanging out with people who have 10 million, and then they have jets, and then like you're like, I can't afford a jet with 10 million. I need 100 million, you know?
If you're a loser and you only have $200 million, it's as good as a cool guy with $2 million.
It does depend on
$50 million.
It does depend on what you're spending on.
25 million.
100 million.
I say $100 million.
Yeah, right?
As well, 100 million.
FU money is around 20 million.
200 million.
You greedy mother.
FU money, my opinion is, say you have $10 million. You invest in 5% treasuries. You're bringing in $500,000 a year. That's enough to send your kid to college, buy braces. You can go on a nice vacation. You can buy a boat. You can have a summer house. I think that's money because you can do whatever you want. You guys agree?
God bless America.
You can't have a private jet though.
You can't have a private jet, but you can live the ultimate middle class, upper middle class lifestyle that everybody dreams of.
FU money is money that you don't have to reason for it.
Right.
It's
I
ridiculous.
don't think you have to reason with $10 million.
No, but you can't waste $20,000 on some stripper that you
$500,000 tax-free
You can do a
income.
lot of stuff for upper middle class.
$500,000.
But the key word is upper middle, not upper.
Amen.
You
I don't know,
just
man.
have
I don't
cheap
agree.
taste. That's good. Have fun with
I
your
have cheap taste too. I agree with
That's
that.
good.
Cheers to cheap taste, my friend.
Have fun with your daughter's braces. Because I mean, 500,000.
Your money. What do we do with $500,000 a year? You're not going to not do whatever. It doesn't
Drink
even
some
matter.
water.
$500,000 in New York is nothing. Dude, you can do whatever you want. $10 million.
You can do whatever you want, not whatever we want.
I want to be able to say, I quit this. I'll be a teacher at 40 years old. I'll have my boat in Florida, and I can say, F you, because I have FU money.
Well, have fun in your middle class Florida trailer home. I like the Bahamas better.
I just want to be able to go to any store I want, any car dealership I want, and just do whatever I want. You know, buy whatever I want. At any time during the day.
If some single mother comes up to me and she's waiting this table, and I'm just at a diner getting some bite
I'll
to
give
eat.
her a $200 tip on $100.
$200, and her kid needs to go to college. I want to be able to say, hey, here's 20 grand. Send your kid to college. You know, I think that's what it is. Honestly, that's how I feel. No, it's true.
That's beautiful.
Goodness.
Sorry, Sandy.
So gross.
Ever since I put that in.
He dropped all my clothes on the cockroach.
Trying to help.
Hands-on research.
Pretty pony, pretty pony.
Nobody can bullshit as good as you.